From Hollywood, California, welcome to Reza Rifts with your host, Keith Reza.
Hi, Gina Philips.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So we're recording now. She hit record.
Okay, good.
So we're ready to rock and we're ready to roll.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I was actually going to go meet you this weekend at the CreepCon
Really?
in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to, but like the person who like I asked to assist, they told me that they didn't need me anymore. So I was like,
Well,
oh,
I wish you
I
had.
can't afford $100.
Oh my goodness. Well, I wish you had.
Yeah, how was it though?
You know what? It was really fun. I've only done a few of those before, and I think maybe two before, and it was so much more fun than I thought it would be. I think it was just everyone was so kind and so passionate and so creative, and the costumes people were wearing, and first of all, getting compliments all day doesn't suck, right? So you have fans there.
Oh no, that
doesn't
best.
suck. But hearing like what certain movies bring up for people and how it has sometimes more to do with nostalgia and a connection to certain family members, and not just the movie, but it brings up a time for them and it's special to them all these years later. It was just really cool. It was really fun.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this, and this might be a weird question, but like sometimes when people ask me to sign autographs, because I'm a celebrity myself, Gina, and
yes, you are.
So like whenever I sign like headshots or whatever, I always like come up with something funny to say, like don't do crack or something. Like, do you have a funny thing you sign?
Oh my God.
Like...
You're so funny. No, you know what people ask for? They ask for quotes from certain movies.
Yeah.
And what's funny is sometimes like I then draw a blank and I will go to write it and they're like, no, that wasn't the quote. And they know it better than I do. Or I go to start the quote and I'm like, wait, and I have to go on my phone and like look it up. So, and I do have a few for each movie that are like my go-tos. I from Jeepers Creepers, a lot of people like ask for a quote, and I just love the this is why girls are smarter than boys, but not every boy appreciates when I write that one down.
Yeah.
But
I would appreciate that.
But don't do crack. That's great. I may steal that.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Don't do drugs. Right.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Or because like, you want a lifetime message on these autographs,
right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's really funny. I have to step up my game, Reza. You're gonna make me step up my game.
I'll text you some funny ones on the next one.
Okay,
I'll be
please.
Yeah. I have like a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? Like don't fall asleep tonight. I don't know.
To horror fans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
I might go backtrack a little, so I apologize because my mind is just so scattered. But I wanted to ask you first about Sam and Joe, because that was a movie that you actually, So like that was a movie that you actually helped produce and stuff, and I wanted to know like what was it about that script that wanted you to say, hey, I want to help produce this film.
Wow, I can't believe you asked about that. I barely remember that one, and no one brings. So
oh my God,
that's really cool because you're bringing back a memory for me. I'm not probably going to remember all the details around it, but at the time I had done a film with the woman producing it. I just finished doing a film called The Anarchist Cookbook, and she actually, we read it. I loved the part. I just loved that girl. Something about her just really spoke to me. And she was like, you're really good at putting things together and putting people together. And would you want to produce it with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Great. So that's kind of how that happened is her name was Amy. She's Amy Aronson, but Amy Greenspun at the time.
But did you know, like when you did it, did you actually know what like producing was, because it's your first one that you're producing? Like, did you like, what am I doing? Like, as an actress and as a producer, did you like, my mind's scattered?
Well, so I guess I love putting people together. Like, oh, you would work well with this person, and this person should write this. And I just like, it's just how my brain works,
Yeah.
kind of fitting puzzle pieces together. And I guess when I'm really excited about something, I'm good at finding money for it. So I kind of, I guess, naturally, innately knew how to do that.
Yeah.
And when I say that, if somebody came and said, "Find me, $80 million for this movie," I don't know if I could do that. But
I was gonna say, I need $80 million, Jim.
Right, right. No, when I was younger, I used to love having like little parties and, oh my gosh, these people don't know each other and they would really get along. And, oh, this person should work with this person. And it's just something I like to do. And a big part of producing is that. It's kind of putting this little puzzle of people together.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this story, but I think it's kind of funny.
Okay.
So I once lied to a girl I was trying to impress. I told her I was a movie producer. And we had a good night, right? And then the next day she saw me at Ralph's and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were a producer." I was like, "Oh, I misheard. I'm a producer."
Oh no, you didn't. Did you really do that?
Yeah, I do the produce. Hey,
oh my goodness. Okay.
That's a great smile.
I like it. Thank you. And that was such it's a good dad joke. Right?
Oh,
the
thank you.
Dad humor moment.
Yeah. I'm not a dad though, but I think I'd be great at these dad jokes.
Oh yeah.
Kid jokes. But like also you were on an episode of Star Trek, and like that has its own different type of fan than horror, because like you could even be an extra in Star Trek and everyone loves you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those fans are wild.
Yeah.
And I mean, really wild. And I only did one episode. It was a great episode, and I loved the part. I was happy to be part of it. It was one of my first jobs, but it's only one episode. And people still come over and ask me details about it, and I actually don't have the answers, because those fans, they dive in. Like, they really do.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like it's Star Trek script analysts of every little...
Yeah, it is. It's intense. And then when my daughter was in kindergarten, we went to a school for a few years. One of her classmates, this cute little boy, his dad is Eugene Roddenberry, the son who kind of took over the whole thing. Talking to him about it, like, oh my goodness, like it's a wild world. It is.
Oh,
and I'm sure for those, especially those series regulars, it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. My father is like the biggest Star Trek fan, so when I told him I was interviewing you, he's like, "You got to ask her about Star Trek." I was like, I love you, Gina, don't get me wrong, but I've never seen Star Trek in my life, so I don't know what's going on. He's like, "You got to ask her all these." I was like, "Huh? What?"
Yeah, it's funny, at the convention, so many people were coming over and going, "Are you going to the Star Trek convention in Vegas in the summer?" And I was like, I only did one episode. Like, I wouldn't show up to a convention. I did one. But, yeah.
Well, you got all these requests. Maybe you should go. Like, make a special appearance.
I don't know. I feel like I'll leave it to the people who really, lived that world.
I want to jump a little to the Killer Bee nightmare. Like when you got that movie.
You are asking about the most random. You are so funny. And I just so you know, my entire family, except for me, and maybe I'm just undiagnosed, they all have severe ADHD. So I live with train of thought, questions all over, and not to say you do, but I'm kind of living for these questions. They're really random. So
yeah. Well, yeah. I don't have ADHD, but I have Asperger's syndrome, so I'm very focused on certain subjects, and then I
love it.
Okay. Yeah. But I wanted to ask you about the Killer Bee nightmare, because you're an actress. When you got that movie, was that the movie you thought, okay, I could actually make a living on this and like I could actually have a home?
No, that movie.
Oh, okay.
That movie. I'm gonna be really honest. The reason I took that movie, I had just been dumped, and I wanted to leave town.
What?
I had just gotten dumped, and I was like, I need to get, and I got offered this, and I was like, I don't know what happens in this, and I don't know if the bees are real or not real. They were real.
Yeah.
But I'm getting out of town. I'm going to. It was great. It was like 5 days after I'd been dumped, so I got offered it, and that's really why I took that movie.
Oh my God! I bet now you actually love that boyfriend because now you're.
So, but I had fun on it. I mean, they did cover us in real bees.
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised, and they were like, "Oh, they're trained bees," and I realized like partway through that was not a thing. It's not a thing. There are not trained bees. They were just
that does not seem like a thing.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Were you scared during the bees?
The first time, so they came over with like they would take like a dustpan, regular like cleaning, and filled it with bees and would just cover you in them for some scenes. And I was a little scared, and then you do get stung. There were some scenes crawling through tunnels, and unfortunately some of the bees met their demise in those tunnels when your hand goes down on top of some, and they sting you on their way out.
Yeah. I'm terrified of bees. Like, this is a little secret. I don't think I've ever told anyone this, but like a lot of people are scared of spiders and snakes.
Yeah.
I'm scared of bees because, Gina, this is going to make you laugh, but I saw this movie called My Girl, and Macaulay Culkin died by bees. And I don't know if you know this, I kind of look like a sexier Macaulay Culkin. So whenever I see bees, I'm like, oh my God, I'm next.
They're after me.
Yeah.
I look like him. They want me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You do have a little bit of a Macaulay thing.
Oh yeah, you should have seen me when I was 8.
That's wild.
I lost all my parts to him. I was like, I don't think this acting's gonna work, But,
oh my gosh, you're funny. That's wild. So that movie just it got you.
Yeah, it really got me. And I don't know if it was the bees or Robert Hayes not being on an airplane. That got me too.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm more the spiders, the snakes, or scorpions. That's my no.
Really?
That's my big no. Yeah.
So if you see those things, someone else has to kill them for you.
Okay, so I won't kill. I make everyone in my house crazy. I won't kill bugs. Okay. I won't kill insects. So I live in California. There are spiders everywhere. You have to kind of be at one with them, but I put them in jars and put the little piece of paper behind it and flip it over and take them out. So, but I wouldn't do a movie where I was covered in real ones.
Yeah. Like Fear Factor or something that you wouldn't Celebrity Fear Factor. You'd be like, I'm out.
Nope, not doing it. Yeah, I'm not built for that.
Okay, cool. And then this might be like a random question too. I wanted to ask you because you do a lot of horror films, but you've also done a couple romantic comedies, and I wanted to ask you like is that, as an actress, like which one's harder? Because I feel you enjoy horror, but I feel like romantic comedies are kind of tough to film because like what if the chemistry and stuff, like what if you get feelings with your co-stars or something? Like, is that kind of hard or something?
I find comedy to be the hardest genre.
Yeah.
I really do. I just think because you have to, the timing of comedy, you got to be funny, but you also have to keep it really grounded. So it's just adding a whole nother layer onto what you do in a drama, right? So I do find it harder to do. However, I like to mix it up, and comedies are fun because you get to keep it light on. You don't go home at the end of the day from a comedy like sweaty with like puffy eyes from crying all day and like with a massive headache and going, how am I going to shower and do? No, you don't come home from a comedy like that. But
have you ever seen Airplane, Gina?
Well,
I came home like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Then I watched The Killer Bee Nightmare to try and not feel that, and I was like, what's going on here?
Okay, valid point. But for me, the ones that I have done, I have. It has been a lighter experience.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I stay jokey on horror sets. That's how everyone has their method. Mine is to like in between scenes really break character and just have fun and joke around because I
Yeah.
can't like live in that all day or all night. A lot of times on horror, you're shooting all night. But it is exhausting. I mean, you come home and you know, if you've been crying and screaming, your throat hurts and your eyes are puffy and you have a headache. So
Yeah. And then like they always have you do the screaming and stuff at night, you know, like
yeah,
not during the day. So
yeah,
I guess maybe that's kind of a blessing in disguise because you could lose your voice at night, right?
yeah, and sleep
And,
it off and yeah,
yeah, and then when a real Jeeper Creeper guy is actually chasing you, you've lost your voice
this
at
is true.
night,
Use
right?
it, use it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's funny at the now I'm jumping around, but at the convention, I just saw. I had not seen the creeper, the guy Jonathan Breck who played him, or that whole costume or anything since we did the movie. I had not seen him, and he was there, and
he dressed up,
the
right?
guy that did the makeup on the movie was there with him. So it was wild to see that
Whoa!
he was in full everything, and it looked exactly
Did
like the
that
film.
freak you out?
No, it was kind of funny and weird and cool, but I had not seen that. I mean, in a long time.
Uh, we're gonna talk about Jeepers Creepers. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get all the good stuff
I love it.
first.
I love
Oh,
it.
okay.
You're reminding me of projects I forgot I did. So it's great.
I wanted to ask you about the sick house because like that was the, you know, even though you were the star of Jeepers Creepers, but that was where you were the top build. And I wanted to ask you, like, as an actress, does that give you like anxiety thinking like, oh my god, this everyone in this whole movie is depending on me, like I can't fuck this up, or like how do you do that as an actress?
So funny. I mean, yes, there is the pressure of that for sure, but I don't, I don't I try to push out things that will stress me out and just
Really?
focus
Okay.
on the character. I loved when I get offered projects that are in other countries and with directors that are not from the US. I love because to see kind of, and that wasn't as different than if you're doing something, say, in Argentina, but where the filmmaking's a little different. The way they do it's a little different. The crews are a little different. The habits, the all of it. And so I kind of jump at those where I get offered
Yeah.
something that's somewhere else. And it's also, I mean, as you know, it's a gift of this business is you get to travel the world and, you know, but I don't, I mean, that pressure's there. I just prepare for the role. I try not to think about that. I feel there is a certain pressure, and I try to be really intentional and conscious about this when you are number one or number two on a call sheet, right? That you really set the
Right.
tone of behavior and mood on a set. And so even if you're having a hard time, because we're all human, we have bad days, sometimes you don't like what's going on set, something from home, you didn't sleep for 4 nights in a row. But I try to be really intentional about I don't get to have those moods. You better put a smile on, be early, be kind to everyone. You set a tone for everyone, and that responsibility I really do feel.
Yeah.
Um, it's important. The rest, you know, that pressure of doing a good job, I just feel like that's my job. I know how to act. I just dive into the role, if that makes sense.
No, that makes totally sense.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah.
kind of want to be on the number one or number two on a call sheet now. I'm always like Gina, not to brag, but I'm also a celebrity, and I've done 3 movies, and all these movies are really really bad. But I'm like the 20th on the call sheet,
Yeah.
you know. So like I only have scenes and stuff. So like this pressure and stuff, I don't really give a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just want the money and you could cut me out. You know what I mean? Like that's how so, but if I'm the star, I don't know how I could handle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you just dive in. You dive into your role, you dive into a partnership with the director, and you just don't, I don't know. I don't think about it in that way. But I will tell you, as I've now gotten, I was going to say more mature rather than saying older, but older.
Yeah.
And I have a family, and you're trying to, you need more of a balance in life. When someone asks, like, what would you want to do now? I'm like, number 8 on the call sheet. That's what I want to
Yeah,
do.
number 8 it would be
Right?
perfect, right?
It's enough of a
Because you're
role to dive in, but like there's not a lot of pressure. You have days off.
yeah.
Yeah, number 8 on the call sheet.
You don't have that whole 3 strikes you're out on your
Right.
name thing,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You could just yeah, number 8. I like number
Right.
8.
Number 8.
I should work up to number 8.
Number 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your Hollywood what's it called? Memoir title.
Right. Number 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So I wanted to ask you about Chained because you only had one scene in that movie,
Yeah.
but you worked with one of the greatest actors, Jake Weber, and that's like one of those movies where like it shows where like it gives you an independent type of feel and you could actually put out good work. And I wanted to ask you like how intense was that scene because like holy Lord.
It was really intense, actually. I did it. I wanted to work with Jen Lynch. I'm really, really love her as a filmmaker and as a person. She's just really wonderful, wonderful, positive light of a person. But she lets her actors really kind of go there. And Jake and I did.
Yeah.
We both walked away bruised from that scene. I actually hurt. I
Did you
hurt him a
really?
little. I didn't realize he was. Yeah. I mean, you try not to as an actor. You're not really punching people. But I guess when I threw him against a wall, it hurt his back. When I was on the ground with him. We had a lot of physicality, and both of us, I guess, we got into it. So it was fun, but we both walked away a bit bruised up from that.
Yeah. I'm gonna text him after this and be like, "Hey, Gina Philips told me she beat you."
Yeah,
up.
I did
Is
a
this
little
true?"
bit. I did. I didn't mean to. He's a really, really nice guy.
Oh, he's the best.
Really nice guy, really kind, really great actor, and it was fun to play with him. But that was an intense scene.
Yeah. And and then I don't know the actor who played the kid, but
Wasn't
he
he great?
was also pretty intense too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow. And then like, have you seen the entire movie, or do you just watch?
I've seen the
scene
whole
and then
movie.
be like,
Yeah. The movie's
Oh
intense.
my god, yeah.
Vincent's
So
amazing.
the movie's
Yeah.
intense. Oh yeah. So it's like, did you ever think, oh my god, I'm working with Jake Weber in a scene. What if I could do a deleted scene
Yeah.
with Vince? Like how did you be like, oh
Oh,
my
I would have
God.
loved to have worked with to have some scenes with him. And that happens a lot in a movie or TV show where you go in and you do a part and you're in a movie with an actor you love, but you never actually work with that person. Right?
Oh,
You
for
see him in the
sure,
makeup
yeah.
trailer or walking by, but you never actually get to work with them. And I would have loved to with Vincent. He's a master. He's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like that's so true because Gina, I don't mean to brag, but I'm also a celebrity. And I did a movie with Jake Busey. I've never met Jake Busey in my life. So like, everyone says, "What's it like working with him?" I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I've never." Yeah, like what they did was they did my scene and then they cut, and then they trim, and that looks like I'm talking to him.
Wow.
But I've never met him in my life. Yeah. So I don't know how he is, if that's what you were asking. All right, excellent. I wanted to ask you about can you talk about Twisted? I
No,
know
it's
that's
coming
still-
out in a few
okay,
days.
so-
What's today? I think it comes out tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow.
oh
Yeah,
my
it comes
God,
out tomorrow.
really?
And
Wow.
we had the screening was it last night before last? So people have seen it
Yeah.
already, and reviews have started and all the things. So I can talk about it. Yeah. What do you want to know,
Oh,
Reza?
awesome, cool. So, I want to know what was it like working with Darren
Yeah.
Lynn like as a director, because he's done so many Saw films, and like I love horror and I love the Saw films, so like that's got to be
Yeah.
kind of cool working with him.
Darren's great. We've actually wanted to work together for a while. He had offered me Sling a while ago. I couldn't do it. Um, and then this came along. I was actually supposed to do a different part. I'm really happy with the part I
Oh,
ended up
really?
doing, but I was cast in a different part to start with. Um, but Darren's great. He's really smart. He's really, really smart. And he
Yeah.
is editing as he's going. And he's a very improvisational director. You know, if something's not working, he can pivot on the spot very, very seamlessly. So, and he loves what he does. So that's always exciting to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's probably pretty awesome to like easier to work with guys who are known for directing horror. Where like I don't know like if you've ever done a film where someone directed you in a horror film, but they've never really directed horror. Where like maybe they've directed like action pack or comedy, but horror they don't really fully understand.
Yeah.
It's like Darren kind of understands it.
You need to understand it because there's a pacing to it. Horror fans are really smart.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anything by them. You're just not.
Yeah.
And there's so much about horror that if you don't understand the genre, not to say somebody that's a great comedy director can't come in and make a masterful horror film. It's the sound, it's the pacing, it's the tension, it's knowing when, and Darren's great at this, when you need to pop in some humor is really actually an important
Yeah.
part of horror for most of it.
Yeah, oh for sure. I feel like comedy horror has made like if you look at all the old classic of the the horror films, they've all had some sort of comedy, but I think maybe people didn't realize they were funny. Like The Exorcist, for example, right? When like this is a roll with
Okay,
things.
okay.
All right.
Funniest movie
by the
ever
way,
made.
Gina,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, if I ever like get like a movie deal and I say, Gina, let me pitch this with you, say no, because I mean, I could like give you a great idea, but I'm a terrible pitcher. But here, The Exorcist. All right.
Okay.
Linda Blair, right? She turns all green and stuff, right? And she says all these disturbing things that you see in a porno. Like that's kind of funny, right? And they didn't. I think at the time they didn't see how that's kind of funny, but now, like Scary Movie, who made fun of that, shows you that it could be funny. Does that make sense? Where it's like,
Yes, that's true. Yeah, no, it absolutely makes sense. Yeah. And that's something where I don't know if they knew how that was going to land, right?
exactly,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
now
now
you
I
watch it
think
today, and you're like,
almost all horror films now, if you watch, there are intentional moments of humor so that you're on a ride, right? Like
Yeah.
you got to come out of that tension in order to kind of be smacked in the face with something,
Yeah.
right?
it's like if I'm gonna die, at least it's gonna be kind of funny,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Like a guy gets stabbed with the ear, like a Q-tip, or I don't know. Terrible. All right, so I want to respect your time, but I have 5 more questions.
Go for
Can
it.
I ask thee?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, like, let's jump into Jeepers Creepers.
Sure.
I wanted to ask you when you got that script, you know, because I've heard you say on other interviews that was one of the scariest things you've ever read, right? Was the script to the final product pretty accurate, or did they like add stuff and trim stuff to make it more scary, or like how percentage wise, how much was that?
So it's both. What they kept really true to, which I loved, wasn't just how scary it was the brother-sister relationship, and that's something that really drew me to it, was that whole brother-sister banter. I hadn't seen it a lot in a horror film. And then when we were casting for the boy, because I got cast first, and then they had 3 boys that they loved. And when Justin came in to read, it was like, I mean, I felt like he was my little brother. Like it just was, and that they really captured it. That remained completely intact.
Yeah.
What was interesting, I will tell you, the end of the movie, there was a different complete end until we were on set. And that
really?
whole end that's in the film, that whole like take me scene and where he gets taken away, that was all improvised. That was not all scripted. And I actually love it because the original ending was a big train sequence, this big kind of grander action sequence almost, and it had to do with money, like I don't know, they didn't have the money for it, and they were like, we have to quickly pivot, and they went for this emotional ending, and I think it really worked. So that was totally different, but that was also one of my favorite scenes to film. It was really, it was really fun.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, because my second question was going to be about that scene when you said, hey, take me. And then he took Justin. In your head, were you secretly thinking, oh, thank God?
Well, yeah. I don't want to die.
Like you're trying to be like the good sister, be like, I'm going to sacrifice myself. You didn't take me? I tried.
Yeah. I did my part. No. I mean, look, when you're in the character, you have to really believe that when you're in the scene, that you don't want him taken and you are self-sacrificial. But when I read the script and knew that I wasn't dying and he was I a little like, oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love Justin, but yeah, cool.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you, because like it seems like Jeepers Creepers 2 like kind of wrote you out and then put you in the third one. Was that intentional, or was that something,
So I have no filter, so I'm just gonna say the truth of it all.
I have no filter either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, I'm supposed to always say okay, so they wrote a follow-up. It's called Jeepers Creepers Cathedral, and I'm the lead of it, and I'm avenging and all this stuff, and then they didn't make it, and they decided to do this other thing, and I was not asked to be in it, and then the third one again was going to be, we're going to do Cathedral, and then again the studio or whoever decided not to, and they did another one, and then they said, okay, number 4 is this script Cathedral, which I love, which is me and Ray Wise avenging together, is what they ended up writing, and it's a really good script, but we need you to come back for a cameo at the end to set it up. And I said, okay, great. So I did that, and then they never made Cathedral. So there we go.
But they still can.
Yes, they can. But
right?
Look, this has been something that, and when people say, are they ever going to do it? It's like, I don't know. We get every year, there is some moment where I get texts or emails saying, hey, there's 13 episodes written now. We're doing it for Sci-Fi Channel. It's a series, and I was sent the episodes to read, a couple of them, and okay, no, we're doing it as a film, but it hasn't happened. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's all up to Ray Wise, right?
Yeah, all on Ray.
Yeah. All right, Ray's free.
Okay, Ray.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, like that would be kind of cool if it was actually a TV show, though, because like I feel like, I don't know, like I liked the Purge TV show. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. The scripts are good, but there's nothing. I have no knowledge of anything happening.
Yeah, we're just pitching it, you and me, and then all the other, 10,000.
Yeah. But there are a bunch of episodes written, and I've read a few, and they were really strong and fun, and yeah. But who knows? Who knows?
So, are you a movie girl, or are you a TV show girl?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Like
I'll watch, and my taste is all over the place.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I haven't been able to dive into 100% are some of the reality shows, but I will watch some. Like I watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I will tell you, I watch that show and it's really fun. And but I can't. I don't know. I just can't consume too much of that stuff. But I will watch shows that are meant. I have a 13-year-old, and
Yeah.
I'll watch some of the things she's watching. I'll watch things that are geared towards tweens and teens, and then I'll watch really highbrow
Uh,
shows. So my taste can go between like old Gossip Girl and Hamnet. Like you got me on both ends of it.
oh, I don't know like the ages of the shows, but is The Bachelor for a 13-year-old or no?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
And
I was
I
gonna be
had
like,
watched that in the past, but I haven't in a
uh,
couple years. Yeah.
uh, well, I was gonna say because I like movies. I'm a
Yeah.
movie guy. I rather watch a movie, but there's certain TV shows that like I feel even though they're considered TV shows, they're not really TV shows. Like Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, I feel is just one big long
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
And there is this great pleasure in that kind of show because, you watch a great film and you're like, oh, are they going to make a sequel? I want to know what happens. But when they do it over something like Breaking Bad, it's like you just get another one and another one and another one. And I
Yeah.
mean,
So I got three more questions for you. I want to respect your time. Is there a part in a horror film that you've never done, but you've always like, for example, Saw or Scream? You watch those and be like, oh, I want to be in one of those movies. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like as an actress, like or as a fan?
yeah, I mean, I would love to have been in the Scream movies. I
Uh,
love them. There are so many great roles in them. By the way, but from the largest roles to some of the smallest roles. Neb's role is great, but I forgot if it was Scream 2 or 3. And it just made me laugh so hard. It was Portia de Rossi had a line where she was playing kind of this shallow, like sorority girlish kind of girl, even though she wasn't. I don't know
yeah.
if that. And it was a line where she was like, "Hi, no, really, I mean it. Hi," and I just like the writing cracks me up. So yeah, I would
Oh,
love to do it. Is there anything that you know? There are so many times when you watch a film, you're like, "Oh, I would have loved to do that role,"
yeah, yeah.
but I can't. But I can't think of any off the top of my head. No. You know what movie I
Uh,
wanted to be in? And I didn't even
what?
get to audition for it. When I watched it back, I was like, that was fun. Do you remember the movie The Craft? I wanted to
Yes.
be in that movie. When I watched that, I was like, I wish I was in that movie.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. If I could go back in time and I was a producer, because I told a lady I was a producer, I would get you an audition for The
Thank
Craft.
you. I would love to have
Yeah.
been in The Craft.
Yeah. I don't know if that means
Yeah, yeah.
anything, but yeah.
I loved that one. I really,
Yeah.
that was one that I thought was so fun. And when I was watching it, I'm like, I would have liked to have been in that. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to be in a Saw film and like get killed in a trap, but not in a. See, I'm very picky, Gina. Like not
Because you're a
in a
celebrity.
lame. Yeah, yeah, but not like in a lame
Okay.
trap. I want like in a cool trap where people remember the trap. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you watch a Saw film, they have so many great traps, but I only could remember like 3 or 4 of the traps.
Well, I feel
I
like
want to be in one of those 3 or
if you
4s.
put that out there in the world, I feel like there are going to be many more Saw films. I feel like that's endless. Like it will just go on for
Yeah.
eternity. So you may have that opportunity.
Do you think they'll hire a stand-up
I
comedian?
do.
Because I'm a terrible actor. I'm just
I doubt that. I doubt that.
I'm pretty bad. I'm the worst actor you'll ever talk to, Gina. I'm the guy on the 20th to be like, I just am here for the free food and the
Then they'll
paycheck.
kill you
And
fast. They'll kill you quick.
yeah, and the $2 royalties every
Yeah.
time it's on Cinemax or whatever. Oh, all right. Cinemax. Okay. All right. Cool. Next.
Okay.
All right. I wanted to ask you, Gina, as an actress, like, has there ever been someone that you worked with that has taught you like certain skills on how to deliver a scene better or how to like deliver the chemistry better?
Oh wow. I mean, yeah, I learned from so many people. I feel like on almost not everyone, some films are challenging, but on almost everyone, there's someone that you learn something from. Of course, nothing is coming to mind right now whatsoever. Like
Oh my! Right when the
nothing,
pressure's
nothing. I know.
This is terrible. This is such a
It is
great
a
question.
really good question.
And the pressure is on.
It's-
Like, this isn't like one of those hacky questions. This is actually a very good artist
it really is.
spiritual
It really is.
question.
I'll tell you, this isn't going to answer your question directly, but I have found that when there's been a director or a producer or an actor who has wanted to improv first, for like when, instead of doing the pages, let's improv a bit, right? Just off camera, right. So like, by the way, I did a film where I was mostly cut out of with Danny DeVito. I played his daughter many, many years ago. And the audition were a lot of improving. And
was it Matilda?
No, yes, it was Matilda.
Oh.
No, it was called, I think it was called Laughing Out Loud. Holly Hunter, Queen Latifah, or Dana Owens, I think she goes by when she does films. And Danny, and I played Danny's daughter. And by doing that, then you end up when you're with that actor, because you've gone through those improvs, being so present. And like it brings it all so much to life. And funny enough, for Jeepers, we had a rehearsal period, which I don't know that you get on films anymore, of a couple weeks where we just did tons of improvs that were filmed. And that's where that ending ended up coming from. We pulled it from some improvs. And at one point, Francis Coppola, who produced it, was on set. And I, of course, got like giddy and starstruck and was trying to act really cool and composed.
Wait, before you finish this story, did you ask him to sign any of your bottles of wine or anything?
I didn't, but he did send bottles of wine. He did.
Oh my God!
Some Coppola wine. Yeah. I got some Coppola wine. But he's big on like improv and acting exercises. And I find when actors or directors do that with you, there's just something you just get so much more connected to them. And then the work is better after, even if that's not what's on film, even if it happened before you start filming. I don't know if that answered at all, but yeah.
No, it totally did. I think that's a great question. And I just wanted to tell you, Gina, I have my own wine company, and whenever people work with me, I always sign a bottle to them that says "Don't do crack."
Okay. I'm like, I want some wine. Send me some wine.
Oh, don't. It's gonna be called "Don't do crack wine."
Don't do crack vineyard.
I don't know. Yeah. See, I'm a terrible liar because I always
and you cop to it. Yeah, you have a little.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm like, last time I told a lie, it made me feel weird, and I broke some girl's heart. I guess I don't know. All right. Gina, I apologize. I have two more questions. I want to respect your time.
I'm good with time.
Okay.
I'm good with time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. This has nothing to do with your acting or your professional life. So this is something like more spiritual, like who Gina Philips is.
Oh gosh.
Like in here, you know what I mean? In the heart. Okay. And you're gonna think this is the most weirdest question ever, but I promise you there's a point to it.
Okay.
So Gina Philips, if you were an ice cream flavor, like a Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor, what would you name yourself and what would you be?
Okay, this is like the hardest question ever.
What?
That's so hard.
What's your favorite type of ice cream? We could walk through this together.
I have two. I either like mocha chip or mint chip would be my favorite. One of those.
So you like chip?
I like the sweet, but I need a little, which by the way is kind of me, a little salty, a little, sweet, but a little sassy,
like
a little salty. Yeah.
Toffee salty chip.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I don't know about. They don't make me say a name. You can name it. You can name it.
It'll be Jeepers Creepers.
Right. Yeah.
You know what's weird was when I watch that movie and I hear the song.
Yeah.
Like I kind of This isn't this. By the way, this doesn't count as one of my last
Okay.
questions. I
Okay.
just want you to know. So I might technically have two more
Okay.
questions, but so like the Jeepers Creepers thing. So like I'm listening to the song, right? Like after I saw the movie, I am like, oh, this song's kind of creepy. It's a real song, and then when you listen to it, it's actually a love song. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a,
yeah, yeah.
like a stalkery love
Yeah,
song.
it's a
And
twisted
you're like,
version of a love song, but yeah, yeah.
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 Oh my god.
Yeah.
That just tells you music, man.
I know.
It sells.
So wise you are. Yes.
And then, like when I figured this out, I did more deep diving, and I found out Charles Manson used to be in the Beach Boys. And
Oh
then you're
yeah,
like,
I
what?
know. That whole thing's crazy.
Like how? That's
Yeah.
crazy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Oh my god. That just tells you, Gina, music
It
it
sells.
sells. Yeah. Okay. So my final two questions. This one's actually has nothing to do with you, but this is like mine. Think Gina's
Okay.
mind, getting in Gina's
Okay.
mind, okay? Because we got in
Okay,
the
let's
heart,
get in
now
the
we gotta
mind.
get in the
Okay.
mind, right? Okay. So Gina, I was watching like this documentary about like the world's greatest wonders. You know what I mean? Like the pyramids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is we actually have no clue how these were built. And I wanted
Aliens.
to ask.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how you think. Aliens. Okay.
Aliens. Don't get
So-
me started. Is
Yeah,
that
let's
really
get-
the question? How did the pyramids
That's really the
happen?
question. How
Oh.
do you feel these were made?
Okay. First of all, I feel like before I speak on this, I should probably educate myself a little more. But I and I don't want to sound all conspiracy theorist, but I mean it makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
It absolutely makes no sense. And so yeah, aliens.
All
That's where I
right.
go. Yeah.
You want to hear my
Yes, I do. I was just
brilliant,
gonna ask. Yeah.
crazy answer?
Yeah.
Okay. This is okay. Follow me on this. Okay. So in like 20,000 years from today, Gina,
Okay.
right? You and I will both be gone. You know, our children will be gone. Our children's children's, they'll be gone. Our children's children's children's, they might be alive. It doesn't matter. But so like, fast forward in the future.
Okay.
Okay. We come up with this technology called a time machine, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I did it like Dr. Evil. I apologize. So you come up with a time machine, right? And so what they do is they go back into the time, like, and they just build all this stuff, right? And they do that, right? And then they travel back to their future, and they're looking at a crystal ball, and Gina, they're fucking laughing at us because we're stupid and we don't know how these are. And they're just like, we got them.
Okay. Okay. So time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel. Okay. So if we went back and we just like, someone went back, or if we went back to 2,000 years ago, but left a cell phone there.
Yeah. Like, and we have no idea what a cell phone is. Like, granted, if we were, so like they're looking in their crystal ball, and it's like reality television. They're just laughing at us because we are so stupid.
I like it.
Right.
I like it. Hey, it's just as plausible, right? As I say, you know, alien, higher life forms, whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
Now, Gina, this is my final question for you. So we found.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Make
found
it
out
good.
what's in Gina's heart. We found out what's in Gina's mind, right? Now we got to find out what's in another quality. Gina's soul. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go into Gina's soul here. Okay. Speaking of time machines, if you could go into a time machine, right, and talk to a younger version of yourself. It could be from yesterday or when you were a kid or whatever, and you only had 30 seconds to tell yourself something. What would it be?
Oh, wow. Okay. Be kinder to yourself. Appreciate your 18-year-old body. Take care of it. Take care of your knees. And most of this crap doesn't matter. Don't stress it. It doesn't matter.
All right.
All that matters, other people, how you treat them, taking care of each other, period. The rest of it, don't
Ah,
stress it.
I like that answer. I thought you were going to say something completely different. I was like, oh, okay. All
What do you
right,
think I was going to
I'll tell you.
say?
I'll show you my acting skills.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Gina Phillips.
Okay.
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 Like, I'm not as cute, but character. All right. This is acting, auditioning. All right. And you're producing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Excellent. I go back in time. Right. Hi, Gina Phillips.
Yeah.
I'm Gina Phillips from 2025. How you doing? I would just like to say next time you do Comic Cons, you should sign "Don't Do Crack" on the pictures. It'll be very, very funny. And if Keith Reza asks you to do his podcast, you should totally say yes.
That's it? I did say yes. I said yes.
Yeah. I know.
I said
But
yes.
I jump back in.
And they even said, "Do you want to know what he's going to ask?" I said, "Absolutely not. Let's just meet and talk and hang out." Yeah.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Because I'm a stand-up comedian. I feel stand-up comedians are probably the best interviewers because they take themselves seriously, but they don't take themselves to the point where, like, how many times have you been asked a question where it's like, oh, you gotta stick to the PR guideline, where it's like, that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it doesn't work for me because then you have like these scripted answers, right? That you're just like
Yeah.
on autopilot, you're repeating.
Yeah.
And I don't work that way.
Who wants
That's
to
why I'm like,
repeat
let's just show
themselves?
up and hang out and talk and yeah.
Well, Gina
Yeah.
Phillips, this was such a dream come true. I
Thank you.
love you very much. I think you're so talented. And I'm kind of bummed I didn't go to CreepCon to meet you. But next year I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's another, I don't know. I don't do a lot, but I did have such a blast, so I'll do another one at some point and yeah, let's find each other.
Okay, cool. Well, where
Okay.
can the folks at home follow and support you? Do you have Instagram, Cameo, or are you just kind of private?
So I am a really odd bird who does not really do social media. I
Okay.
I think I have a Twitter account, but I think I've posted like once in my life.
Okay.
But someone could potentially find me there. I have a Facebook account. Like, us old people, you're not, but
Yeah.
us old people.
I'm
And
old, yeah.
yeah, I don't have really social media. At some point I might change it, but I'm also scared that I will like do the doom scroll all night. So I just stay away.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys want to follow and support Gina, just DM me
Yeah.
all your questions and concerns. And then on the next podcast I do with Gina, I'll be like, Gina, I have a whole book of all this fan
There
mail.
you go. And go see Twisted. It comes out tomorrow. It's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. Darren did
Yeah.
a good job. And Jaimin's great. Lauren Lavera's great. Yeah.
Gina Phillips is great.
There we go.
And I think we all can agree we're all waiting for the Killer Bee Nightmare 2.
Part two. You might be waiting a long time.
All right, guys, subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys next week on Reza Rifts.